Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today, and today we are going to be going over Bleed Vex, and this is my Bleed Vex build. So what we are using, the proc bleed, you can use anything that is really high kinetic damage, will work really well. So say you want to use the airstrike with 127k damage, you can. This can proc bleed, it doesn't seem to be as consistent as the spread launcher. The spread launcher seems a bit more consistent on procking bleed because it has 5 things that comes out and it has a higher chance of procking bleed that way. Um, and we're using the linebacker for Bloom's Crystals, works really well. The Wombo combo for mobbing, you don't really need one with Ripper. And then you will also be wanting a shoot and scoot with Ripper, Jacobson Ripper. We're using this with impact mode. Basically, we're using this for mobbing also. This is really nice for mobbing. And then for the gear, we are using a amp and rage rep kit. So you can get extra amp, use crit knife, so we can get easier proc bleeds. And then we're using the deadly pounder for the boost the linebacker. This one has head ringer, 25% damage, shock gun damage, and shotgun critical damage, which is really nice. Those two effects do boost our spread launcher, but the enhancement effect itself does not. And then we're using a triple amp watts for dinner, which is really nice. And then we are using the Render and Python, has 5 points in the Bloodletter. This one has 40% splash damage, 23% damage dealt, and action skill duration. Action skill duration is nice, but I would honestly recommend getting one that has these 2 rows on it, but has also kinetic damage on it, because that would be really nice for bleed. And then we are using 3 Deadeyes for extra critical damage. And then we are using 2 skill crafts for extra skill critical hit chance and more skill damage. So this is really nice. And then we put 5 points into enhancement, so we get bonus kinetic damage while our action skill is active. So that's just really nice. We put 2 into grave sustenance. You get it on a kill skill. You get missing action skill duration restored. So this is really nice because we're procking our kill skills. And then we put 5 in the great sight, so you get critical hit damage per stack from your kill skills. We put 1 into leech and attunement, so we get extra life steal. We put 5 in the grave implement, so you get gun damage for your kill skills. And then we put 5 in the bloodletter, and our class mods also put in 5, so we get 60% of gun damage per second with our bleed procs. And then material components, kinetic damage, we put 5 in here, so you get extra kinetic damage and kinetic status effect damage, which is really good. Then we put 3 in the Graven power. Gives you max kill steal stacks, which is really good. Then we put 5 in the target persistence, so we max out our gun critical hit chance. Then we put 5 into keen mind, so we max out our skill critical hit chance also. And then we put 5 into mortal terror, so you have a 5% chance to trigger your kill skills when critically hitting the enemy. Then we put 5 into arcs arc arena, 45% skill damage. Then we put 5 into essence leech. This gives you 10% more life steal. This doubles it when your action skill is active, so this goes up to 20% life steal. And then we put 3 into blood as power. So Vex gains bonus kinetic damage with her guns based on her current life steal when her health is full. So this is really nice. And then we are using the best defense, so you get damage dealt when shields are full. We are also using Riddle You This. You could also swap over from Riddle You This to uh in the zone if you want to aim your weapon. I use Riddle You This. It doesn't grant you as much damage as in the zone probably would, but you don't really need it. But you can swap these over if you want to do that. And then we are using compounding afflictions for each enemy takes increased status effect apply to them. So this is really nice. And then we are using now caffeine, so we get action skill cooldown when we're mobbing or against Bloom. If you are really wanting more action skill cooldown other than this, I would recommend getting a triple bypass with action skill cooldown rate and action skill cooldown rate. A triple bypass with amp X skill cooldown rate would be fine for mobbing also, honestly. If you could get one of those, if you're out mobbing, you don't really need the double amp for mobbing, but for like bloom, I would recommend at least having another one of amp. Um, that is, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.